The Necrobinder, a Spireborn Lich who seeks revenge, falls on her trusty left hand Osty in combat. And at the start of each turn we summon one. I believe that means we bring Osty in. We share the same goal, says Niao. He killed all that I loved. My power is yours. This architect guy's causing some problems, man. The Lost Cough again, 1 card reward and produce 1 random potion. It's a nice little start. It's half a tiny house. That said, though, Precarious Shears is here. Act 1 I've found tends to be quite heavy on the statuses, so the Shears can be very precarious. It is in the name. Let's look at our cards, though, and see how important these cards are. Summon 5, summon 7. Summon Osty with 5 HP. If already summoned, raise his max HP by 5 for combat. Okay. Now, I presume making him bigger allows you to deal more damage. So I presume that's kind of like an Iron Wave upgrade from 5 to 7. Unleashed, Osty deals 6 damage, deals additional damage equal to Osty's current HP. So so we're definitely doing a scale out his max HP. This kind of feels like an orb situation where if I remove 2 strikes, I probably improve my overall deck damage. So let's do it. We'll remove 2 strikes here. It does look a little bit weird to do, but I think it probably will improve our damage overall. We do have a 3 elite act. We can come in here from a campfire through elite and then pivot to the right, take another, and then we can either choose a shop or an elite and a shop. And we have these question marks towards the back of the act as well. If we don't really have any gold to work with, we can instead take an event and maybe get a quest or an enchantment or something. We also have this early question mark, this early shop. I don't particularly want to go there just yet though, because we've already taken 2 removes. 3 question marks in a row might be too many, so let's take... question marks, I'm thinking, do allow us to remove or improve cards. Yeah, so this summon 1 per turn effectively adds HP for us. Osty absorbs all unblocked attack damage. Okay, so it literally does add HP for us. Okay, so we can use Bodyguard, to block and to damage. And we can unleash here till 12. Deals that additional damage for his HP. The Corpse Slug, Ravenous. When an enemy dies, Corpse Slug immediately eats it, becoming stunned and gaining 4 strength. I don't think I've seen this act. Waterfall Giant at the end? Yeah, I haven't seen any of this. So far, Waterfall Giant. I haven't fought these guys before. It's oh, is this the docks? I think I did unlock the docks or something to that effect. We can just use 3 defense here. No, I'm frail. So it looks like we're using 2 defense here. And tanking some on Osty. Yeah, he's down to 3 though. Yeah, 10 damage from Osty here. And that will stun the back one. Can I just block instead though? No, not really. It's a little bit precarious. Bodyguard, strike and strike. Classic turn, looking at 14. And yeah, we do have enough damage there. Okay, so it did feel like removing those strikes and drawing Bodyguard more often did improve my damage. Fish oil, gain 1 dex, 1 strength. Good omega 3s. Reeve, deal 9 add a soul into your draw pile. Soul is a 0 cost, draw 2 cards. Ooh. It exhausts. So you minus 1 to draw it, but then it draws 2. So you're positive 1 card on a later draw step. Snap. Osty deals 7 damage. Add retain to a card in your hand. Okay. Why does it matter that Osty does the damage? Maybe you can modify Osty's damage in some ways. Rattle. Osty deals 7 damage. Hits an additional time for each other time he's attacked this turn. Okay. So you can play it after Unleash and he'll go again. You can play it after Snap and he'll go again. Okay, that seems like a good attack. Here we have the legends were true. Entering into a pitch dark chamber, a sudden light pierces the darkness from above just as the door slams behind you. Illuminated before you appears to be a podium with a map on it. You feel compelled to take it. Suspicious. Marks a site of 600 extra gold in the next act. Okay. Or we take a potion. This is a curse until we resolve it. So it's a curse for the rest of the act. And we are very early in the act. I'm looking at 3 elites. And I'm looking at shopping now. 600 gold. I did have a very high gold run on the Regent. And it was good to be able to spend that much. 600 gold kind of lets you buy up maybe 2 or 3 relics, depending on how much other gold you have. That said, the potion looks pretty good here. I am about to go to an elite fight. I think I'll take a potion. Yeah, swift potion. As you sneak around the dark, looking for a way out of the room starts to violently shake. With a sudden crash, the entire chamber collapses around you. Barely making it out of the rubble, you find a vial of something useful that must have been hidden in the room. Surely one of these question marks will be a hallway fight. This or that? Arms suddenly jut out from a nearby hole, clutching a suspicious bag of riches and a clearly cursed relic. Or do I take the clumsy for a relic? I think I'll take the 54 gold. Again, we are going to a shop this act. And what about you? These question marks are doing me in, man. We can heal 21. You happen upon a massive spiraling whirlpool. The water swirls with a beautiful precision as it surrounds walls adorned with patterns of spirals. Around and around and around and around. What a sight. What do you do? Enchant a strike or a defend with spiral. This card gains replay 1. Ooh, okay. So replay plays the card an additional time. I can have a defend that plays twice. Now that will save me 5. And if I upgrade, it becomes a good upgrade as well. To block 16. So it lets me block 10 or block 16, effectively transforming this defend into just a solid block card. That said, I can take a heal right now. 21 heal puts me up to 60 out of 66. And then I can continue removing basics down the line. Yeah, maybe I'll just take the heal. You cup your hands and dip it into the spiraling whirlpool. Its waters fill your hand as a gentle rate, and it takes sips as you take small sips with your eyes closed. Delicious water spirals through you to your center, washing away harmful thoughts and physical ailments. Ooh. Well, we're full, we're high. I can do Unleashed for +3. I can do Bodyguard for +7. I think Bodyguard here is probably the thing that has the most scaling as it goes both directions. We have you. The Skulking Colony is going to give me 4 statuses. Hopefully they're dazed or slimes. It might be slimes. There's a coral, a colony. A Skulking Colony cannot lose more than 20 HP each turn. I see. Is this a fish oil? I think it probably is, because we're going to need to take 5 turns here. So just having that scaling the whole way through is going to help a lot, I think. Okay, so Osty does not get our strength bonus. I see. They are dazed. Beautiful. Okay. That's a lot better. I was worried I was going to have to deal with that the entire way through. That relatively small deck, having 4 days is really bad. So Osty did die there, but he came back with the Bound Phylactery. He's going to get stronger every turn, because Summon increases his max HP as well. Okay. We have a 9x2. Can Bodyguard here. Unfortunately, it looks like we're a little bit short on numbers for this fight. We can do good damage here with Unleashed and Rattle together. Yeah, and that's our 20 for the turn. We clear out 4 days. He gives me 4 more. Thank you for this kind of turn. Is this lethal? Deal 8, and which leaves 19, and then deal 14. So no, unfortunately we are going to have to block here, unless I can draw Bodyguard. I'm not guaranteed to draw Bodyguard. If I can draw Bodyguard, I do save a lot. I save up to 14 HP. Let's give it a shot. I don't get it. Okay. Damn. Okay. Well, we ended up saving 5 with that. I'm noticing that when I'm defending already, this is a tricky guy to try and deal damage against, because he's, crushing my Osty before I get the chance to actually deal damage. Down to 42. Well, that was my heal from the fountain, so the fountain did help a lot there. Permafrost, the first time you play power each combat, gains 6 block. So my first power will come with a free defend to protect it. Reeve, 9 damage for soul. Berry, 52 damage for 4 energy. Okay, what will you upgrade to? 63 for 4. Okay. And so a nice AoE with retain. I'll take a so, I think. Yeah, just a nice, good damage card. Yeah, I definitely want like another card or two, I think. Can I do lethal here? 14 and then another 14? A little short. Good damage though. And Osty will soak that for us. I'm realizing how much this summon 1 per turn is actually protecting my HP. It's quite a lot. Here we can unleash and then rattle for an extra 14. Gets it done. Good damage. Okay, did pause there. So we're back. Negative pulse, 5 block, 7 doom to all enemies. Another copy of So or Grave Blast, 1 energy, 4 damage. Put a card from your discard pile into your hand. Okay. So I can, get back the Bodyguard with it if we want to grow Osty as quickly as possible. That seems quite good. It upgrades to 6 damage. And it doesn't exhaust. Okay. Being an attack is probably a negative in all the circumstances compared to like Hologram, which is one of the more comparable cards. 5 block and 7 doom does mean that we can effectively consider that damage. At the end of the enemy turn, if it has at least that much doom as HP, it dies. Okay, so doom is a bit slower than poison, unfortunately. So we still need to be defensive when we want to doom around it. I'll take the Grave Blast with the intention of playing Bodyguard multiple times. And we can upgrade maybe the So, maybe the Rattle. Yeah, let's upgrade the Rattle for more single target combat damage, especially now that I've got the Grave Blast to synergize with it. We've got a potion, so we can take it into that elite Centennial Puzzle. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we have 4 Phantasmal Gardeners. Are these all Phantasmal Gardeners? Some of them are big, some of them are small. Yeah, 28, 30, 31. The first time Phantasmal Gardener is hit each turn, it gains 6 block. Okay. Currently facing 15 damage. We can you use that Dex potion here. Yeah. Definitely want to get one of these down. Let's get down this back one because it's buffing and it also has the least HP. we'll block what we can. We didn't actually take any damage to trigger Centennial Puzzle. Good on you, Osty. So here for all 8, and then we can block. I've only got the one defend. I suppose I can retain the so no, I really need to trigger it to get their skittish all triggered. Can I just kill this back one with rattle? I can. Okay, so that effectively blocks 7 to use it that way versus blocking 7 with defend. I suppose it's all much of a muchness, isn't it? Well, we'll do it this way because at least then the damage will be down. Can I Grave Blast for that lethal? I can. And we'll bring back the so for the retain. So this was the same amount of damage either way. Currently we're looking at 10 damage. And yeah, we'll sow and then defend again. And this time we will full block. I can have Bodyguard next. Bodyguard Unleashed. Thank you, Osty. So we get a kill here. And then we can rattle here twice. The first time it's hit each and again 6 blocks. This is effectively on 19. So I'm actually 1 short. Oh no. Well, Osty can soak that 9 for us. Thank you, Osty. Everyone say thank you, Osty. Bit of a funny fella. Okay. Alright, well, in the end, we took, I think, maybe like 11 damage getting through there. It turned out to be okay. All in all. Spot Explosive Ampule and Meal Ticket for a nice heal of 15 through a shop. We see our first rare Eidolon. Exhaust your hand. If 9 cards are exhausted this way, gain 1 intangible. And it gets cheaper. That's an incredible card that I cannot ever trigger. It just exhausts my hand, which is bad. Reap, 27 up to 33 damage with a retain. Big old scythe maneuver. And Defile Ethereal, deal 13 up to 17. It's just a nice big chunky attack. I think Ethereal on a card like this is half a oh, what's the Ironclad card called? I'll take it. I can't remember what the Ironclad card is called, but I will take it. Toad Poles, they intend to use a buff. They've only got 23 and 21 HP respectively. So we can definitely defend here. That said, if I want Osty to grow, I need to full block. Yeah, let's block that. We'll have a strike for this one that's buffed next turn. 3x3. Oh, it's got 2 thorns. Okay. That's okay because I can pair the defend and then sow. Do you reckon Osty soaks the thorns damage? All unblocked attack damage? No. Osty does not soak the thorns damaged. So we'll go defend and sow. Heal through thorns. And then we can yeah, use that big defile attack. Okay, that is an easy pool fight, so that's why it felt so easy. We've already killed an elite, 2 elites, and I believe that was an easy pool fight. Yeah. Oh no, actually, it might have been a hard pull. Weird. A poke. Osty deals 6 damage for 0. That will add the trigger to our rattle as well. Invoke. Next turn, summon 2 and gain 2 energy. Okay. Next turn, summon 3 and gain 3 energy. Or Wisp. Just a lotus petal. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So 0 cost attack for our rattle, or a... I think I'll take the Wisp. Given that we have Grave Blast, Wisp to play a card back from the bin with Grave Blast seems to be wise. Invoke. It's always tricky to know what cards like Invoke do when you actually don't know what the turn ebb and flow looks like. Haven't played enough of this game yet to know, really. So we're looking at the Terror Eel. That has a lot of eyes. And those eyes are multiple. Okay. Got the Radiant Tincture here. We don't need it just yet, though. An Explosive Ampule. There's nothing I can do here to block more. So we'll just deal what damage we can. Shriek. The first time Terra Eel's HP reaches 70 or below, it becomes stunned. Okay, so we can split it for a stun, effectively. Here we go. We have a big juicy turn. We have Bodyguard into Unleash. Yeah. Into Rattle. Suppose I could defend in some way. Just going to let Osty tank all this, am I? It's 18 damage. I really need to get down 18 damage. Yeah, and then we have a split for the next time I'm going to face damage. I'll take the one through. And yeah, we'll have the split here for the 24. So we're not going to block. We're going to split instead. Now he's debuffing us. Beautiful. That means that we can get down a big turn of Bodyguard goodness and save up that HP. I don't really want to draw, so again, that said I do want to get 42. What's better, 42 or 44? I suppose we have the Ampule either way. Do I need more energy to close out this fight? I might actually. Because so far I haven't played any of my defense, and if I'm going to deal more damage through the rest of this fight, I am going to need that energy to do so. So there's a debuff for us. We've got 99 vulnerable, and it has Vigor. Terra Eel's next attack deals 7 additional damage. Okay, so it did turn out to be wise. What have I got here? 16 and 13? For 29. Oh, and then the Explosive Ampule. We're 1 damage short. We are, in fact, 1 damage short. But hey, both potions did good work there. We were 1 damage short because I played a strike in the previous turn, which I actually didn't need to use the Radiant Potion for. Okay, so maybe both potions didn't do work there. Snap, Osty deals 7 damage, add Retain to a card in your hand. Wisp again, and Transfigure, add Replay to a card in your hand. It costs an extra energy. Exhaust. Okay, so if a card, it lets us play our best card twice. It's kind of like a double tap or a silent double skill. I suppose if I use the 2 cost, I get the most value out of that. I don't have any 2 costs to target it with. What do I use it on? Like right now, I use it on like Bodyguard. I transfigure Bodyguard. I presume this is until the end of the combat, so it's scaling in the combat on my best card. I like Snap. Adding Retain to something like Rattle, I think will help me manage all of those turns. I would like a big defend card. Maybe Wisp is another good defend card. Just lets me play a defend with my energy, or play something off of Grave Blast. Okay, we'll do that again. Endless Conveyor. You lumber into a shack with a bright but crooked sign that reads Endless Feast, pay what you hunger. Inside, a willowy, multi-armed chef is deftly preparing bites of food and placing them onto a winding chitinous belt. One of the chef's arms point to a sign, 35 gold each. Pay 35 gold, gain 4 max HP. Ooh. And then continue. That is temporary HP as well. That's a heal, although I am about to go into a shop with a meal ticket. How much do I want to spend at the shop? 4 max HP is very good for 35 golds. It's a very good rate, right? Like a A strawberry would be like 200, and that's 7 max HP. So this is kind of like strawberries. What does the second thing do? Will this allow me to upgrade again after the fact, though? Maybe upgrading one of these wisps is wise? Or maybe upgrading Grave Blast at this point is wise? Let's see. Pay 35 gold, heal 10 HP, continue feasting. Okay. You grab the caviar from the belt and scarf it down, tasty. Grab a clam roll off the belt. There's the caviar, there's the clam roll. What's next? Is that the bug or is that an egg roll? I can leave here. This gives me the best odds. I think leaving now gives me the best odds of buying a remove and getting our meal ticket heal. And that is how it pays out. Beautiful. Royal Stamp. Upon pickup, choose an attack or skill in your deck to enchant with Royally Approved. This card has Innate and Retain. Start each combat with this card in your hand and retain it. What's next? The War the Fall Giant. I don't know what that entails. I might try and buy this Grave Warden. 8 block, add a soul to your draw pile. It's a nice big block card. Vajra, incidentally, this is a character in which strength is not necessarily always very good because I can attack with Osty quite a lot. 75 for the card removal service takes me down to, what's that, 255? So I'm a little bit short on Pantograph. Can buy Mayhem though. Is Mayhem any good? Just playing an extra card each turn's pretty good, and all my cards are fairly good and worth playing. I don't think either of these other relics are strong enough to really consider. Haunt. Whenever you play a soul, a random enemy loses 6 HP. I do have the Permafrost and no way to trigger it just yet. So my first power here is very low risk. I think... so this adds damage to my souls, of which I have none, but of which I can get some. And with 2 wisps, I feel like some souls would be good. Let's take a card remove on the strike. Let's take a Grave Warden. And maybe we'll take a potion for the boss here. A colorless potion, sure. That should be heaps. That should be heaps. Upgrade on Grave Warden is Assault Plus, which draws 3 cards, for sure. Unleashed up to 9 damage. Ethereal up to 17. Wisp gains Retain. I'm probably going to play the Wisps on my Centennial Puzzle turn, right? Akabeko, your next attack deals additional damage. I wonder if that affects Osty's next attack, though. I don't think it will. That's interesting. So, like, strength and vigor are worse. Although although it's also better, right? Because I can also save Akabeko for the So and attack with Osty. Interesting. Yeah, look, let's upgrade the Grave Warden for a big block card that also draws a lot of cards. It intends to empower. I'm going to take the colorless potion and let's just see. Entropy at the start of turn, transform a card in your hand, ultimate defend, or Flash of Steel. Flash of Steel is low impact, but if I can play it 5 or 6 times over the course of this fight, it does actually accumulate a lot of damage. Ultimate defend, I already have a big block card. Yeah, I'll just take the Flash of Steel. I don't really want to mess with my cards too much. with the with that card that transforms my cards in hand every turn. So it's got here, Steam Eruption. When killed, deals 15 damage at the end of your next turn. Okay. So it has a second phase by the looks of it. When killed, it's going to buff again. Let's take Grave Warden. And we will Grave Blast the Grave Warden again. Or Bodyguard again. No, we'll Grave Warden again. I'll block. And now we've got 2 Soul Plus in my deck, which I can use to draw my Wisps. Here we go. So it's attacking for 10, and it does have, yeah, 18 Steam Eruption. So it looks like it's going to try and get steamier and steamier. I do think, yeah, I just want to cycle, use the souls to draw Grave Warden. Okay, I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the vision. Bodyguard. And we can rattle here as well. And I'm looking at my HP and thinking 44, but actually Osty's additional 18, and we're very tanky. We are actually quite tanky. So he's looking to heal. Oh my lord. And the bigger he gets, the more damage he intends to deal you when he explodes. Osty, I'm sorry buddy, you're going to have to tank really big here towards the end here. Got Rattle and Unleash. And we can strike. I'll just hold the So. Yeah, up to 24 Steam Eruption. Coming at me for 20. Oh, I forgot to shuffle in Bodyguard and Grave Warden. I didn't even look. I'll lose the Defile here. Scrubber mistake. Absolute scrubber mistake. Not using my draw pile correctly. Unleash is our big damage card, so I'll shuffle it back in. And we can use Unleash and Rattle again. Oh, I gained an energy somewhere there. Oh, from the Wisp. I played the Wisp. Oh my lord. Okay. Let's get back on track. We can flash here to reshuffle. Soul. Yeah, let's try and draw. I can rattle here for 9. Okay, it's a weak rattle, so I'll just play a defend. Here we go, beautiful. Bodyguard. And Grave Warden. And Unleash for 31. I keep forgetting the souls go back into my deck. So this last card should be a soul, yeah. So we can flash it, steal the soul. And then we can flash or steal for a high impact card like Unleashed. Beautiful. So this deals 36 damage over the top. Sorry, Osty buddy, you're going to have to tank it. And here comes 36 damage. Oh no, the 36 damage happens now. Okay. Can block as much of it as we can. Osty's going to take 15. Beautiful. Okay. So when you kill the steam, the waterfall demon, the waterfall elemental, it will build up its steam. It has one last turn where you can't possibly kill it, where it just bombs. Okay. End of days. 29 doom to all enemies. Kill enemies with at least as much doom as HP. Okay, so that it's roughly a 30 AoE. It also moves your doom trigger forward. Okay, so it's a good finisher with doom. Don't have any. Eradicate. Deal 11 damage or 14 damage X times. Good payoff for my wisps. And times up. Deal damage equal to the enemy's doom. Okay. So you only need half as much doom because you can deal them damage and then they die of doom anyway. Eradicate feels like the card with my wisps. It also has retain, so it's much lower risk to put in my deck. We can hold we can hold and we can hold Eradicate, and that way we can just AoE things if or just pummel them down if we need to. Okay, I'll take that. And it looks like we have the one who keeps the flame. We've got a very, very strong upgrade act on the left-hand side with 3 campfires, and on the right-hand side as well with 4 campfires. Oh, 3 and then the end. Let's see. What's a skeleton doing inside these walls? My aim is simple. Vengeance for my family. I'll reach the top to make him pay. This architect, man, he's making enemies. Yummy cookie. Oh, it's another cookie for us. This one's got a lich. Upgrade 4 cards. Or Toasty Mittens at the start of your turn. Exhaust the top card of your draw pile and gain 1 strength. Unfortunately, both the downside and the upside are both kind of soft. On the Ironclad, this would be ideal, but for me right now, maybe not. It only really scales up Eradicate, and if we accidentally exhaust our Eradicate, things aren't great. Golden Compass. Replace the Act 2 map with a single special path. The Golden Compass. What's the Golden Compass do? It takes you to a land of dust with tricorns and trees with seeds. 3 campfires, 2 elites on the path already through here. And we can take some events to do it. So we already are being offered a very strong axe, I think. Up to the Knowledge Demon. What about here on the right-hand side? Yeah, so we're comparing it to this left path. The right-hand path is, I think, a fair bit weaker. But we're comparing it to this right path. 2 elites, 4 events, 3 hallways, 3 campfires. It's a fairly fast act. So I can take a fairly fast act and 4 card upgrades. Or we can take a gamble on the Golden Compass. What are my upgrades? Eradicate, Defile, Wisp and Wisp. Grave Blast, Eradicate, Defile, Grave Blast, 1 Wisp. Akabeko, Eradicate. Like, we're kind of already doing a lot. Because I can just pop them for 60, right? And once upgraded, I can pop them for like 66. 88 with a Wisp. Got no vulnerable? This is tough, man. Tell you what. The Golden Compass is offering me a special Act 2 map with a special path. Have I done this act before? I have done the Knowledge Demon before, so maybe I am seeing things I've already seen. Okay, this is new. This will be brand new. And we are on the Golden Path. Okay. Is it still... Okay, it's still the Knowledge Demon. I wonder if what it did there was re-roll our path. Okay, but my path was already good. Okay, I regret my decision. We'll see what these question marks might be. If these question marks are like for an event, we still got our 2 easy hallways, and then maybe these question marks are new. We can full block here. At least the front one, and he'll stun. He'll kill over. From being full blocked. We do take a little bit of damage though. Let's pop them where we can. And we'll just have Eradicate for this turn. Love it. Enfeebling Touch. Enemy loses 11 strength this turn. With Ethereal. Love it. Sleight of Flesh. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 9 damage. Am I doing anything with debuffs? I have 0 ways to apply debuffs. So Doom is presumably the debuff they're referring to there. I'll take the Enfeebling Touch. I really would like a Vulnerable. A field of man-sized holes. I love this one. Enchanted card with perfect fit. It's always on top of your draw pile. Or we can get ourselves ahead on the remove. We can add a normality. Do I have a shop? I do have a shop before the elites. Okay. Look, normality is not even that bad in this deck because we have like Eradicate. And we have to like Wisp Grave Blast to play more than a couple of cards. So I'll take the 2 removes. We'll get ourselves ahead. And we'll just start on these defense as well. Giving a card perfect fit means it's always on top of your deck. Maybe just to evaluate what we would put there. Something like Bodyguard, because it's like just a high impact mid-range card. If I want to draw it more often, like that's already available. Like no one's stopping me from drawing it more often. We can just... we actually, our Akabeko's muted here because these guys can only take a maximum of 9. 26, 25, and 27 are all less than 3 times 9, so it doesn't matter which one I work on. I'll just work on the back one here. Normality has stopped us. Oh, actually, that did retain my vigor because Osty was the one that did the attack. Alright, it does work. We can Enfeebling Touch and Grave Warden here. Can I kill the guy in the back instead? No. We can sow though and use our Akabeko. And we shall enfeeble you. Oh, I don't have normality in my hand. I'm thinking like I have normality when I don't. And so Soul could draw normality here. Okay, so hard to kill just means each instance of damage can only be a maximum of 9. That does mean I can kill him though. So we can eradicate here. 2 instances, beautiful. We'll leave Bodyguard on top. Because if I draw normality this turn, yeah, beautiful. We've got Enfeebling Touch and Bodyguard. It all works out. A relatively easy fight. Didn't even think about this, but Eradicate doesn't exhaust. It looks like the kind of card that will exhaust. Okay. So I'm gonna try and upgrade it. Distilled Chaos. It's tricky when you have a normality in your deck. Spur, retain, summon 3 hot Osty heals 5 HP. Okay. Pull aggro, summon 4, gain 9 block. That's really good. Upgrade, that's effectively 14 block. And you can scale Osty as well. Summon 5 Osty heals for 7. Now this is good if Osty is already doing well. But as you can kind of see, when Osty gets killed, he comes back with 1. And so this heal won't do anything further. So in that circumstance, it's kind of like a weak Bodyguard. Pull aggro looks good though. I've only really got the 1 block card, the Grave Warden, and then we have the Enfeebling Touch as well. So something like pull aggro to scale Osty further does seem good. And I also have the double wisps to actually play it. Okay. Yeah. That seems like a great card. Eradicate. Or pull aggro. Yeah, let's level up Eradicate. It does not exhaust. We can potentially even just find an easy kill with it. Yeah, like so. Deal 22 X times. I mean, do I just... yeah. We'll just go like that. It's already down to 50. He's now an Act 1 monster. Coming at me for 23. We can Grave Warden and we can pull aggro here as well. Yeah, the Distilled Chaos versus Normality situation. Exactly as worried. We could Soul here. Let's see if we draw Normality with a Soul. We do not. We can Bodyguard, Grave Blast, the Bodyguard. And let's Wisp, I think, these defends as well. Protect Osty for our larger attacks. Got a couple of large attacks to choose from though. Yeah, here's Eradicate. 14 by 3 is 42. Unleash. Full aggro. Yeah, we'll just Eradicate. We can sow next turn. And that should be it. So it does have Thorns. We can Grave Warden. And then Rattle through the Thorns. Yeah. Beautiful. And the Thorns damage on Rattle did deal the damage back to the Necrobinder. Invoke. Next turn, summon 2 and gain 2 energy, or Sleight of Fist for debuffs, or another copy of Pull Aggro. Pull Aggro Plus. I will take a Pull Aggro Plus. And I was thinking it was going to be my next upgrade regardless. Yeah, I like them both upgraded. Thank you. Randwood the Elder. Give him Distilled Chaos, give him 100 gold, or give him the Permafrost for 2 random relics. Maybe the Permafrost downgrade here is good. I still don't have a power. Yeah, and it is like a weaker card as relics go. Get a Bag of Prep and a Strike dummy. Do I have any strikes? No. Okay, I have no cards with Strike in the title. Thank you, Randwood. Ever the fella. A Happy Flower. Beautiful. Okay, so we can get a Happy Flower Bag of Preparation. So that now becomes kind of our maneuver. Potion Courier. There's a sour smell in the air, and shortly after you find a Potion Courier collapsed on the ground. Unmoving, lifeless, dead? Question mark. While their belongings have been ransacked, there is a batch of foul-smelling potions with a note. Recipient? The merchant. Well, I'm about to go to a shop. So I can deliver them before him. Oh, they have gone foul. Deal 12 damage to everyone. Can be thrown at the merchant for 100 gold instead. We will deliver them to him. Let's take the 3 foul potions. Oh! Is that a double... The double chest act. Okay, so that's what the Golden Compass does. It gives us 2 chests. Amethyst Aubergine. Enemies drop 10 additional damage. I dropped 10 additional gold. Beautiful. Doll room. You enter a hidden room. It's packed with an array of dolls. Each are unique, their expressions ranging from joy to sorrow. Trade face? Their attires spanning centuries and realms beyond your own. A chorus of whispers grows louder and louder until the dolls are shouting over each other and calling for you. The background noise is getting louder, actually. You must choose one and leave immediately. Is there a time limit? The time limit is in my ears. It's genuinely getting louder. Obtain a random doll relic, or lose 5 HP and choose one of 2 doll relics, or lose 15 HP and choose one of 3 doll relics. Okay. Well, we're about to go into a shop and heal, actually. So we have the meal ticket to heal. So I think I can take all 15. I mean, I can take 5 for sure, but I'll be leaving some heal on the table. Let's choose one of 3. You examine each and every doll before you make your choice. The shouting has reached a piercing crescendo, but you managed to make a choice before going completely mad. Daughter of the Wind. Whenever you play an attack, gain 1 block. Bing Bong. Whenever you add a card to your deck, add 1 additional copy. Mr. Struggles. At the start of your turn, deal damage equal to the turn number to all enemies. Okay. It's kind of like a free, Noxious Fumes. Deal 1 damage, then 2 damage, then 3 damage. Whenever you add a card to your deck, add an additional copy. That will let me add a lot of cards. I don't think I want to add all of the cards. I think I just want to play this Grave Warden and Eradicate on repeat. So, Daughter of Wind isn't really scaling. We'll take the free Noxious Fumes. As you pick up the worn-looking doll, all of the voices go silent. This one doesn't speak. Thank you. Can be thrown at the merchant for 100 gold instead. Merchant. Keep it coming. Yeah, I got one more for you, buddy. Keep it coming. You're out. You're out. 690 gold. Very nice. Got a Rolling Boulder. We already have our Mr. Struggles. That's better than Rolling Boulder because it doesn't cost 3 energy. Stratagem. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, choose a card from it and put it into your hand. Huh. That's kind of better than Perfect Fit. We've got Bread. At the start of your first turn, lose 2 energy. At the start of all other turns, gain an energy. Well, we already have the Bag of Prep, so that's kind of bad for me. The Anchor and the Bellows, first to hand each combat is upgraded. Feels like the way to be. Haunt is on sale. Ethereal, draw 3 cards. I draw 4, okay. Undeath, gain 7 blocks. Add a copy of this card to your discard pile. Oh, it's Anger, but for a Lich. Every time it just comes back more angry. Power Potion. A Power Potion looks good here. We are going to go into 2 Elites and 2 Campfires. Pull from below. Well, we're definitely taking a card remove, so let's start with that. And Bellows and Anchor both in turn improve my turn 1 here with my Bag of Preparation, and my Happy Flower looks really, really great. I would like to spend as much of my first turn on the Eradicate as possible, or like setting up a big pull aggro. So yeah, let's do that. We can Haunt, we can pass. Let's take a Power Potion, just in case these Elites are a little bit tricky. I don't think the Knowledge Demon should be particularly bad. She gives you options on how to... Oh, the AoE is going to be really good here. She gives you options on how to take her debuffs, and that's totally fine because it just means you get to always choose whatever's tolerable for you. We can pull aggro here, summon 5, gain 9 block, up to 19 block. I'm looking at 10, 16, 24. So we can protect Osty with a defend, or we can play a 25. Yeah, let's protect Osty's HP with a defend. This is a tricky fight when they all attack at once, and they're doing it again. 6, 8 for 14, and 14 again, up to 28. So we can enfeeble you. Looking at 14, Grave Warden, defend. Okay. Meanwhile, Osty's growing. Meanwhile, our AoE is growing. What are you? Are you we've got 2 Wisps and an Eradicate here. Let's Bodyguard and Soul to redraw. I can Sow for 12 to all as well, actually. I didn't really know this, but I've got Akabeko, Sow. Yeah, let's reshuffle. Another Bodyguard, beautiful. Looking once again at 30 damage. They are growing very slowly. Block what we can. I'll spend the Wisp now for the Sow. And we can use the Eradicate this turn to determine, to actually like start suppressing the damage with kills. Yeah, beautiful. Grave Blast, Unleash for 20. And Eradicate, I'm weak, okay. Enfeebling Touch can remove 14 of this damage. And Pull Aggro can block the rest of it. I can Unleash and Grave Blast though. Yeah, that might be the way. Oh no, it's 4 damage. Okay, we can do this first one. And then Osty takes the hit. I think either way Osty takes the hit, right? Because then this, he'll take 7. He'll take 9 if I pull aggro. Or he'll take 8 if we Unleash and Grave Blast. Okay. suppose I could have done the back one. Yeah. We'll bring back the sow and retain it. Again, we're looking for the kill this turn if we can get it. So for 8. I don't think we can. We're a mana short. We're an energy short. Grave Warden here. Grave Warden and eradicate the back one to suppress damage. And now you'll come back, and now we're dealing more and more damage with the AoE struggles, so I'm not too concerned as these go. Can unleash for 14. Pull aggro. What can I draw? I can draw Bodyguard and Feebling Touch. We're fine without it. Let's just continue to grow. Oh, I have another energy. Oh, the Happy Flower. I totally missed there was a Happy Flower turn. Beautiful. Well, this one should be... We're very, very close. We'll just block here. And then when this one comes back this turn, we should have more than enough. Yeah, beautiful. So the sow here for 6. Doing it to me again. Grave Blast for Enfeebling Touch. Sure. And we can Enfeebling Touch the back one here. Then we can eradicate you in the middle. That's not lethal. We can just defend. Yeah. To full block. Sure. Noxious Fumes is fairly slow damage, but it definitely adds up. It does genuinely get there. Okay, and there's the rattle. Finally. Extra 10 gold from the Amethyst Aubergine and Leather Opener. That's good damage for us, actually. So maybe that's our damage solution. Eradicate for front damage, and then pull aggro, Leather Opener, Noxious Fumes for our backhand damage. Wisp, number 3. Debilitate. Deal 9 damage. Vulnerable and weak are twice as effective against the enemy for the next 4 turns. That would be great if I had any. The first attack each turn deals 50 additional damage. Okay, become like a Reaper. So lots of ways to scale. So we can debilitate somebody to suffer twice as much effectiveness from weak or vulnerable. Then we can lethality to improve our own damage. We could definitely set up like a Reaper's Scythe kind of situation where it's just like one attack for 300 damage. I think we're just going to take the Wisp for the Leather Opener and for our souls. Here we have maybe a good opportunity to upgrade the Grave Blast. It's not a hologram. We have a Leather Opener, yeah. Maybe it's a good opportunity to upgrade the Wisp so I can hold it for another turn. Okay. Oh, that thing was an elite. Okay. I'm feeling a lot better about that fight now, knowing it was an elite. Coming at me for 22. I think this one might be the power potion. This guy does have a lot of just brutish attacks. Shroud. Whenever you apply Doom, gain 2 block. Call of the Void. At the start of your turn, add 1 random card into your hand to gain Ethereal or Page Storm. Whenever you draw an Ethereal card, draw 1 card. Unfortunately, none of these are particularly good. I'll just take the Page Storm, I suppose, because it does have some scaling with my souls. Right, let's block what we can. The Anchor is doing some work for us, thankfully. I won't play the Defile. I'll leave the Akabeko for the Eradicate. We'll just work on a Leather Opener this turn, and we'll hold the Wisp. Beautiful. Oh, Enfeebling Touch has Ethereal as well. Wonderful. So we can pull aggro here to block, and I can trigger the leather opener if I play the Wisp. I think we're fine without it though. I'm forgetting about this Vital Spark. The first time Infested Prism takes attack damage, each turn the attacker gains an energy. So my energy here is a little bit freer. I've got the Grave Blast here, so we might actually use it. We can Grave Blast the Enfeebling Touch, and then play it again to full block. Let's Bodyguard. Let's Shuffle with Soul. Put another Soul in my deck with the Grave Warden. And let's Wisp for Unleash, I think. 21, yeah, 21's really good damage. That gets energy back, which I can use to defend, to proc the Leather Opener. Or So. I don't really want to draw So again. I think I would just prefer to draw like defends. Because yeah, our damage is already scaling up nicely. Very defensive hand here. Let's just preserve the Enfeebling Touch and scale Osty. Yeah. It's a fine turn. Here we go. Yeah, we can. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm always drawing the Enfeebling Touch, essentially. We can Soul here to draw Grave Warden. Sure. Yeah, I'll play a Soul to draw Grave Warden. We don't, so I'll use a Wisp to play Pull Aggro instead. And just bear in mind that one of our attacks lets us get back some energy. 41 damage on the Unleash. Now, does this trigger Vital Spark? Hopefully it does. It reads like it should. It does. Yeah, beautiful. I've got the Happy Flower energy regardless, but up to 19, and then I defend for the Leather Opener. And Enfeebling Touch will do the job here as well. Okay. Bodyguard to keep growing Osty and Rattle. So we'll just play, I suppose I can Sow and then defend. That's fine. Down to 99 HP. 91. I would like to kill now if I could. I can't though. So we're going to try and go 3 more turns for the Happy Flower. Which means I want to keep the Enfeebling Touch in play. And I want to keep a Soul in my deck to draw it. And let's just keep whittling away with some damage. Coming at us for 30. We can Unleash here. Get ahead of the damage. Yeah, we only need 1 Unleash here, and then we can soak the rest of this damage onto Osty. We've got Pull Aggro and Defend. I can Soul here, I suppose. I will leave the Soul in rotation so I can draw Soul next turn and trigger the Page Storm as well. So we'll just do it like so. Osty takes the brunt of that hit, however. We only need to block this turn, which we can do quite easily. Defend, we can Soul. To draw Grave Warden. Oh, we can Enfeebling Touch as well. Beautiful. Okay. And now it should die to our attacks this turn. And we've got the Happy Flower. We only need Unleashed. Beautiful. Alrighty, longer fight. We do get Orichalcum though. Alrighty, Orichalcum plus Summon seems like a bit of a good combo. Transfigure, add Replay to a card in your hand. It costs an extra energy. I'm seeing that adding Replay to Eradicate could be good. Adding Replay to Unleashed is also a really, really high impact attack. Adding Replay to Grave Warden as well also makes sense. Light Strike. Deal 8 damage, apply Doom equal to the damage dealt. It's kind of just a common attack, isn't it? Because Doom is just damage at the end of the day. It's kind of just a common attack. Alrighty, well, what rescaling can I do? I can transfigure my pull aggros as well. It's kind of starting to make sense, yeah. And transfigure... The tricky part is that if I transfigure a 2-cost card, I then need to get a Wisp to play at the same turn. But being able to like replay pull aggro I think is good scaling, so we will do it. I think I won't upgrade it though. Instead we will upgrade the... Actually maybe it is my best upgrade. To add replay to like Grave Warden pull aggro. Just go longer and longer and longer. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Bit of a weird card, but I think it is good. And here we can do it straight away. We can transfigure a pull aggro. And immediately play it to buff Osty. At the end of your turn, take 6 damage or draw 1 fewer cards each turn. 6 damage is totally fine. We even have the Orichalcum. Yeah, we'll enfeeble and then pull aggro here. Holding 3 wisps. Do I like the bodyguard? We'll just carry on. Osty will continue growing. We've got a big Eradicate here. We can Grave Blast back the replayed pull aggro. Let's do that. I just need a Wisp for it. 18 by 3 is 24. There we are, full blocking. Here we are, Grave Warden. Am I going to outscale this guy? I don't actually know, I suppose. Because they're healing as well. I do need to keep Enfeebling Touch in rotation for the multi-attack. Let's play Unleash when we can see it. And the Orichalcum did cop the disintegration. Sloth, you cannot play more than 3 cards each turn. That seems totally fine, actually. We're already only playing like 3 cards a turn. I can play a big pull aggro. And I'm at 2 of my 3 cards. Okay, so replay is not the same. It's strict doubling. Now I should have a Enfeebling Touch in the bin. Yeah, I do. Okay, so we can... A Soul is a card, of course. We can Unleash here to keep our damage going. Okay, we get set back a little way here, but we do get to Enfeeble. I got another Unleash here. Okay, it's only 24 damage now. I'll cancel the heal, I suppose. I think I do want to keep pulling aggro though. No, I don't actually need to clear the wisps. I can still use a big eradicate towards the end. It's going to put another debuff on me. Let's keep pulling aggro. Yep, for Osty. Starting to see the value of letting him heal. Disintegration up to 8. I can't afford to waste away. All right. Yeah, she might be outscaling me, unfortunately. Grave Warden. And pull aggro. And bodyguard. Or defend. My own damage per turn. And we do have Enfeebling Touch here. Beautiful. Looking at the 1/3. And we can Unleash for 39. Okay, we just took damage. I see. So this disintegration damage will deal us directly, not Osty. Osty can't soak that. It's definitely worth knowing. Definitely want to play the Unleash here. So what we might do is we might pull aggro, then Unleash, then defend. I can't defend because I don't have any energy because I'm on a different turn. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I just take the 14 from disintegration. Okay. Our damage is scaling. We're getting there. We're getting there. She's on 184. Osty's taking some hits though. 3/3 Grave Warden. And I can transfigure Eradicate. Yeah, this will, I think, give me the chance for so this yeah, so increasing its cost by 1 still doesn't do very much. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at 14 damage X times, which is 3 times. And I can do it twice, so it's 6 times. 14 by 6. So it's in the 60... it's in the 90s of damage, like 84. Vulnerable Potion still isn't enough. But it's where all my damage is currently coming from. So... I think we'll just have to try and survive one more turn. I can pull aggro twice here. And then bodyguard or defend. I can transfigure this Eradicate again to play the 3rd time. Currently blocking 18. Okay, we can take this damage. And we'll transfigure the Eradicate again. It now has replay 2. This is going to replay 3 times. So 9 by 14, which is going to be not enough. Let's Vulnerable Potion. Let's hope this works. Oh. Okay. It did in fact work. Yeah, she scales really hard, actually. Even with, like, Leather Opener the whole way through and Mr. Struggles the whole way through. That was a lot. Call of the Void. Add ethereal cards to hand. No thank you. Transfigure we already have. No thank you. Eidolon. Exhaust your hand. If 9 cards are exhausted this way, gain 1 intangible. I see. So it lets you... I mean, exhausting your whole hand is still very good. And I do have souls. So if you soul up to 10 with the Eidolon, you can just mork. I've only really got the one soul card though, so it's probably not enough, I think. Yeah, just yet. We'll see what you have for us, sir. Well, the Mighty Scythe. Yeah, thank you. It's specially made for vengeance. The first card you play each combat is played an extra time. Yeah, that's ridiculous with this Eradicate. Yeah, that's really, really good. Sigh, at the start of your turn, gain 7 block with Yoricalcum. Try Boomerang. Choose 3 attacks in your deck, enchant them with Instinct. Decrease the cost of this card by 1. Well, that will let us play our Grave Blast, Unleash, and Sow. Or Grave Blast, Unleash, and Rattle much more freely. That improves our damage by a lot, actually. Instinct to decrease the cost of this card by 1. There's no caveat? Yeah. Okay. So Grave Blast becomes a really, really good upgrade then. And Unleash and Rattle for the Unleash. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. These are now 0 cost attacks. That's absurd. That's really absurd. We can take a 2 or 3 Elite Act. It's a little bit clunky, but hopefully we'll be strong enough to do it. I can take another shop for remove. Remove a defend. Remove a... Yeah, defend. Remove is probably the strongest thing I can do right now. Or I can just take 4 combats in a row there, which seems like a bad idea. Let's use our meal ticket. Kind of like a free campfire. So what are we going to do here instead? We're going to Wisp and big old Eradicate. And Grave Blast back the Eradicate. We'll just do it again. So these hallway fights I think should be fairly easy now. 14 by 3, yeah. Alright, love it. Page Storm, whenever you draw an ethereal card, draw 1 card. Osty deals 6 or Defy. Gain 7 block, apply 2 weak. That is really good. I want this Page Storm though. That is actually the first weak I've seen though. I think I can get away with the Page Storm for scaling. I think I can probably find another source of weak, like a weak potion in this shop. And here we go again. Rattle, we can sow here. Yeah, we'll just play the sow. Get it out. I could have held the sow till next turn, actually. Play both wisps. Can we Grave Blast the sow? We can Grave Blast the Rattle. 3 by 5. And he's got, yeah, we just want to get this guy down and then block this 15. To do that, we will pull aggro. And then we will unleash for 20. The price of 0, and then we'll Grave Blast this fella to get back a card. It's currently coming at us for 15. We'll get back the unleash again. And defend the rest of the damage. Beautiful. Yeah, he's just gone. Yep. Eradicate will do the job. Energy Potion for our Eradicates. Blight Strike. Putrefy, 3 weak, 3 vulnerable, and Exhaust. There we go. Or Grave Warden Plus. I think another copy of Grave Warden is really good, especially now that we have a Page Storm, and I can transfigure one of them. That said, though, weak and vulnerable is something this deck is looking for, no doubt. This is a really tricky decision. Look, we're going really very long. I think scaling up our souls with the Grave Warden helps us go longer. Whereas the week is only 3 turns and it's not repeatable source of week because it does exhaust. I'm looking for a repeatable source of week. 3 doom to yourself, gain and energy. Miniature tent. You may choose any number of options at rest sites. So you can do the whole lot. Choose to smith and then rest. The pillow, horn cleat, bolas. 3 damage at the start of your next turn. Return it to hand. Very nice. It's an extra bit of damage every single turn. Defy. Oh, there's the Defy again. Ethereal, 6 block, 1 week. So I can just take it to Defy here if I want to. Drain Power. 10 damage, upgrade 2 cards. Another copy of Rattle. Haunt. Whenever you play a soul or random enemy loses 6 HP. That's good damage scaling. We already have Leather Opener, which kind of does something similar for our souls. And Seeker Strike lets you seek when you play a strike. Okay. Don't know what I expected there. Let's take a card remove. The Horn Cleat is good. And we're not going to take another shop till the end of the act. But let's take a remove on a defend. Yeah. And then I can buy a Defy. And we'll just try and keep the Defy in rotation. And I can buy a Dexterity Potion for a fight. For an elite. The door here deals a lot of damage. So I found out yesterday with the Regent. Haunt is really good damage, though, I think. I mean, if I had a second Leather Opener, would this deck just go off? I kind of just improved my damage quite a lot with the 0 cost, now that I have Page Storm as well. Maybe my 0 cost attacks are kind of like the Haunt that I already have. It does, I think, introduce some dead cards to my opening hand is really what I'm concerned about. Seeker Strike, Drain Power, Borrowed Time. I'll take the deck spot. And we will be prepared to use it. The Relic Trader. You turn the corner and suddenly a shadowy figure is just standing there. He pivots to face you. Welcome, what are you trading? The figure inquires as he flares open his cloak to reveal a slew of suspicious wares. So I can trade Orichalcum for a bag of marbles. I can trade Strike Dummy for a bronze scales. That is a really good deal. I have no strikes. And bronze scales will deal a lot of damage for me. I will take that one, buddy. Great deal. We have here the Soul Nexus. Yes. I'm going to transfigure Pull Aggro. What can I afford to do this turn? I'm definitely double wisping, I think. I'm going to Soul Nexus this Grave Warden, actually. Is this a energy potion turn as well? It might be. How much energy do I need? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6 to pull aggro. We can Defy, apply to weak. Yeah, just having that source of weak I think is going to make a lot of our turns a lot easier. Beautiful. So that's kind of like a block strategy solved, right? We have Anchor for turn 1. We have Weak, Grave Warden, Transfigure for the Grave Warden, and we can build Osty to build max HP as well. Yeah, love it. It's all looking great. Grave Blast. I still need to upgrade this Grave Blast, actually. Don't let me forget. We'll take the Grave Warden Plus replay. And see, now we're building souls. Got a lot of souls in deck now. Coming at me for 43. Deal 16 with Osty. Can Enfeeble Touch here. 11. We'll let that one ethereal, I think. This Unleash is 0 cost. We'll just use it. We'll just get it through. Eradicate Page Storm is 0 cost. We'll just get it down. 27. Yeah. Still need to block, but that's okay. We can rattle. And then Wisp. Oh, I can just pull aggro here. Summon 5, block for 9. I can draw these Grave Wardens actually. Yeah, let's try and draw a Grave Warden. Draw 3 on Soul. Oh, I just missed any Page Storms if I triggered any. I think I did trigger one. Whenever you draw an ethereal card, draw a card, and Enfeebling Touch is ethereal. Yeah. We'll keep you in the mix and pull aggro. Yeah, beautiful. Should I Wisp for the bodyguard? Nah. Nah, we'll find other options. Osty can take the 1. We have here a full hand yet again. Grave Warden and Defy. We can Wisp for another big old Grave Warden. Yeah. Coming at 6x4, 24. Yeah, we're totally good. I will play a Soul here to trigger the Leather Opener. Is that a good idea? 0 cost attacks? Nah, that's totally fine. Just leave them in the mix. Okay, so yeah, so you can see how like Osty and these other effects really smooth out your defense strategy. Can keep applying Defy to keep the weak up as well. And with Page Storm here, every time I draw a Soul, it already draws ahead of time, right? Unleash, there's our big damage. Let's draw through. Can rattle here, draw through again. Can pull aggro here. And draw through again. And unleash again for 32. And we can, I suppose I could have bodyguarded first. Let's eradicate for the last pip. Beautiful. Gorget, even more. Enfeebling Touch number 2. Time's up, damage equal to Doom or Shared Fate. Lose 2 strength, enemy loses 2 strength. And I can upgrade that. I mean, permanent strength down is really good. We already have an Enfeebling Touch, we're kind of cycling it through. This is a 0 cost. I think I just take that. I don't need the strength. Osty does the work. Yeah, that's really good. Let's get an upgrade on Grave Blast here. This is the upgrade that the deck's been missing to really abuse the 0 costs. But now we have it. And so we're going to increase our damage really substantially. And the Vambrace. The first time you gain block from a card each combat, double the amount gained. Thank you. Okay. We're really committing to the heaviest block strategy you can think of. This is an extra -1 strength. I'll take it. And this should be a very, very easy maneuver with the Owl Magistrate, I think. What are you? Page Storm. Yeah. Bodyguard, pull aggro. Looks great. 1/6. Yeah, you're done, buddy. You're done. I think adding replay and increasing the cost of cards like Unleash is a bit of a trap. Unfortunately. We'll take Unleash here again. Rotate the damage through. Enfeebling Touch, keep it in the mix. And yeah, I suppose I just can bin the rest of these. I'll transfigure something, I suppose. I'll transfigure a Wisp. I'll transfigure a So, sure. Just to trigger the Leather Opener. They are buffing this particular turn. That's okay though. We've got Defy. I do want to keep Defy in rotation. Defy. Yeah, we'll just put some souls in our deck to draw next time. It kind of sucks not being able to like take advantage of low damage turns to really deal damage back, but you don't really need it at the end of the day. I suppose I could have played the Eradicate. My eyes glaze over that card. It's not real. Not even there, man. That's the way I can be scaling against the door. I can be transfiguring my Eradicate. That's what's going to happen. Grave Warden here. Grave Blast. The Grave Warden. Transfigure the Eradicate. And that's how it's going to be done. So when we're up against the door, we're going to, just rotate through this Transfiguration on the Eradicate. Keep the block up. We can just play Unleashed every time we see it as well, which is huge. What are we looking at here? Not enough yet. 5 by 12 by 2. It's 120. We do have lethal. Yeah, let's just do it. Got a taste for it. Gain a buffer. Incredible. It's going to be better than an energy potion. Friendship. Lose 1 strength. Gain an energy at the start of each turn. Poke. Osty deals 9 damage. Another 0 cost attack. I've already got a couple of those. I'm fine without another one. And invoke. Summon 3 and gain 3 next turn. I'm going to take this Friendship. We do not need strength. We have scaling in other ways. And here we have... Very nice. We have the option to deal with 25 damage here. We'll just take the Grave Warden for starters. And then we can Unleash for 0. Grave Blast for 14. And Unleash for 0 again. I don't want to play Defile. I just want to let it exhaust, I think. Yeah, I was going to put some burns in that deck. I don't have any way to get rid of burns. I just realized. Transfiguring this Eradicate feels like tech that I never knew I needed, man. It's great. I will Grave Warden that. We'll play out the Friendship. I can play it now. Nah. No, we'll just let it go. Take our burns. We'll redraw those at a later date. They're not in any shortage of damage. We have Enfeebling Touch. We'll play the touch here to shuffle it back in. It's got the artifact, of course. I mean, this is 40 damage. It's a lucky tonic turn, if ever you were to design one. That said, though, we should be able to get through, I think. Can Defy here as well. 6 block, apply 1 week. We can try and redraw that, I suppose. We'll see how this goes, and if I need to use the use a tonic or something, I can. Actually, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it might have been a dexterity potion turn, but otherwise. So what do we look at? Here, I take 6 from the burns down to 14. I get 1 back from Gorget. And up to 15. And then, yeah, we do lose Osty here, but we end up still on almost max HP. Sure. Depending on how it's going to go, we might think about doing a dexterity potion the next time he's going to do something like that to us. I do want to keep Enfeebling Touch in rotation. Let's rattle. We can unleash the damage. No, damage isn't really what we need right now. I want to bodyguard and then grave blast the bodyguard, I think, to smooth us back out with Osty. And we'll play the grave warden to put another soul on the deck. Especially now that we're getting all these burns, unfortunately. Defend. We'll play out this wisp because the wisp is getting bad. We can transfigure the eradicate. And yeah, just keep the enfeeble rolling. Coming at us for 45 again. This is replay 2. It's 11 damage. If I wisp, it's 5 times 3, which is 15, times 11. We're a little bit short still. I can Grave Blast here for another Transfigure, or Grave Blast for a Grave Warden. How much damage am I looking at? I can pull aggro, Grave Blast the pull aggro, so that blocks 14 each time. Enfeebling Touch for minus 11. Yeah, we'll just pull aggro twice for 14, 28, and then Osty has 17 left over to take the rest. Everyone say thank you, Osty. And yeah, that's that. We do take a little bit of damage over the top, but not enough to really sweat about. Although he probably will give us a potion back after all this, so maybe I should have sweated slightly. But here, it's a little bit of damage, and now we can wisp and eradicate, and that should be all of it. Like in a screen shake simulator. Oh my lord. Candelabra, second turn, 2 extra energy, swift potion. Over energy potion. Dredge, put 3 cards from your discard pile into your hand and exhaust. Negative pulse, deals 7 damage to all enemies. Dredge. That's quite good. With a deck of 22 cards. Berry. Nah, we don't need any of that. Although Dredge could be good. Get back. Grave Blast and keep going through. I suppose Dredge could bring back my 0 costs. It's good damage like that. Okay. I was seeing the utility. Yeah. Here we go. We can Page Storm. We can touch and then Grave Warden for a full block. And we were already full blocking actually. Never mind me. Let's get back Unleashed for more damage. Excuse me. We have a soul this time. So Eradicate can deal 6 by 14, which is not enough. Maybe what we can do is we can just trigger our leather opener a bunch. Let's Dredge first, I think. For Grave Blast, Unleash, and Grave Warden. We can Unleash, and then Grave Blast, and get back Unleash again. And now we can Eradicate 5 by 14 again, and 5 by 14 is 70, so we're still slightly short. That's Soul. Okay, there's the Rattle. And now we can Wisp and Eradicate, and that will do lethal. Beautiful, beautiful. Another Pull Aggro, another Defy. I'll take another Defy if we don't get the chance to play it. It is ethereal, and I do want to have multiple options to play it. Now I believe this guy's going to try and make all my cards ethereal, is the way it works. This guy's going to try and downgrade all my cards, which is really bad. So if I can kill this one in the back, that would be ideal. I don't mind my cards being ethereal at the end of the day, because I intend to play them, so... if I pull aggro here, I can full block, and I can dedicate the rest to damage. Yeah. I think this one might be the energy potion fight. Yeah, let's use the wisp. No, I can retain that. I want the wisps this turn if I can find it. Transfigure on a Grave Warden. Transfigure on a Bodyguard. Well, this is ethereal and it exhausts when played, so we'll just get it out. Yeah, against you, I suppose. Let's transfigure a Grave Warden. And now we'll just play all three of these wisps. I think I just need to get them down. Yeah. Well, we blocked what we could. Osty will take a little bit over the top here. And we did deal a lot of damage with Leather Opener. Unfortunately, they're going to downgrade all my cards. Yeah, that sucks. Grave Blast here. Grave Blast for the Unleash. Osty still has 11 HP. Yeah. And we can sow as well. A little bit short on damage. Okay, let's Grave Warden. And then sow. And then eradicate you. Get you off the table. Okay, we should be fine from here. There's just the two of them. And we have a lot of souls. And we have Defy. Beautiful. I can dredge for Unleash with its Instinct. Or this one, Grave Warden Plus. I think I just need to draw cards. Yeah, here we go. Enfeebling Touch on you. And we'll get down the Page Storm. We can Defy you for the weekend, that 4 blocks. Beautiful. We'll dredge our Eradicate to hold. We'll dredge the Unleashed to play now. And we'll dredge the Transfigure, I suppose, to play on the Eradicate. Yeah. Transfigure, Eradicate. Do I want to play Souls now? I've got Rattle to hit multiple times, although I lose the Defy. Yeah, we'll just pass it. Oh no, they all had... I totally forgot they had a Ethereal. Oh no. Well, at least with my Page Storm, my hand is always full. Okay. Let's just Defy them both to apply the Weaken and Grave Warden for the rest of my block. And we will rattle, try and get one more off the table. Lose all these cards, that's okay. I've got a hand of 9 each turn. My Page Storm is griefing me. It's fine, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. We can Unleashed here. Rattle. Oh, yeah, we just have lethal regardless. Okay. Or Pendulum. Whenever you shuffle, draw a card. Squeeze. Osty deals 25 damage. Deal 5 additional damage for all other Osty attacks. I like it. Unfortunately, it's not enough damage for its cost at this stage. Sorry, Osty. Fetch. Deal 3 damage. If this is the first time this card's been played this turn, draw a card. Oh, beautiful. Osty can have a little go of it. I like that. It's a cantrip. It's a 0 cost attack, which We'll strengthen our rattle scaling. What's our boss up here? Yeah, you. Another 0 cost attack to help me keep my hand clear is not unwise. Yeah, I will take that. I will take that. It cantrips me in the early stages of the fight, and then I can, yeah, just keep it 0 cost going in the later stages of the fight. We'll upgrade to fire here for an extra week. And yeah, this is it. This is it. We're going to have to dex potion here for sure. And we'll look for turns to use these buffers and tonics and such. Page Storm down feels great. Pull aggro full block feels great. We'll let the Defile go. We'll transfigure this Eradicate. And transfiguring this Eradicate every time we draw a transfigure is going to be the way we scale. I think if I get it up to replay 3 or something like that, we should be more than enough. There's a Defy for the weekend. 11 by 2. Love it. Grave Warden do the job. We can get down Friendship. Cost of 1 strength. Do I let these wisps recycle? Yeah, they're fine. We've got enough card draw. Like having a wisp for when I draw my souls is totally fine. I'm learning that when you have souls going, retain on wisp is not crucial for you. It's definitely not crucial. We can share fate. Oh, that's on the door at the end of the day, I suppose. Grave Blast back the Transfigure, maybe? Or the Grave Warden? I have a soul, and I have another Grave Warden in my deck. Yeah. We'll get back the Transfigure. And we'll transfigure the Eradicate again. We have here Unleash, Grave Blast, Dredge. Yeah, we can get a lot done. I do want to Defy to keep it from exhausting. Here we go. Grave Blast, Unleash again. We can dredge that back. I suppose I could be dealing more damage with Pull Aggro. I could Soul, actually, though. Do I need to? No, the turn's solved. Yeah. Let's dredge back the Grave Blast and the Unleash. And the Pull Aggro. I don't need to play the other card again. Alrighty. The Doormaker. So we've got Eradicate with replay 2. Can fetch here. It can Defy to weaken and block. And then Grave Warden, put another soul in. 4 blocks. Do I want to spend these now on an Eradicate? I think that's wise. Deal 11 3 times, 11 by 9. Maybe it's not wise. Maybe I just do it next turn. Coming at me for 40. Maybe what I'll end up doing is eradicating in one big go, actually. Yeah, that seems more likely. Got 2 souls, Enfeebling Touch. I can rattle here. Let's put the rattle back in the deck to redraw, because it is easy damage. There's the touch. We can find a weak if we soul. It's a soul plus, so I do need to get rid of the 1 card. There's fetch to cantrip. There's the rattle again. Actually, it is scaling up. There's our weaken, 9 block and weak. Beautiful. And we can transfigure Eradicate again. And we can Bodyguard. Done. Alrighty, the door closes once more. We'll continue scaling. 33, yeah. It's looking pretty good, man. We'll transfigure the Eradicate again. I can pull aggro here. Yeah, and Defy for the weekend. And Grave Warden for an extra soul in the bin. Love it. Okay, I feel like this is solved, honestly. I feel like this is, yeah, it's all come together really nicely. But really, really smoothed out damage. We can Wisp for another pull aggro here, or we can just kind of take some. 36. No, I could use the energy potion. No. We'll use a soul. We'll draw. Oh yeah, I can put it onto Osty. There we go. Cards in deck. Grave Blast. Okay. We can solve a Grave Blast. And we do. Which will stun. With the Unleash. Cool, that solves that. He's stunned again. This time he's coming in with a mouth. 27. Fetch. On Osty. So you are 4/5. So replay 5 times. So replay 55 times my energy. 55. So we only need 8 energy to kill from 400. And we do have 8 energy. Yeah. Okay. That'll do it. And if my maths is bad, I have a buffer. 3, 4, 5. Incredible. Alright, that's the one for the thumbnail, I think. Eradicate. Here we go. The Architect. Architect. You killed my parents, you killed my friend, you killed my life, and now I will kill you. Vengeance, is it? No, thank you. Did I deal 1240 damage to the Architect again? 1280, I did. No, I dealt more damage. I dealt 40 extra that time. Maybe I got a perfect somewhere along the way. Got a lot of new epochs here. I think I discovered 5, yeah. 5 new epochs. So we've got here Chapter 3, The Architect, Magnum Opus. Too many beasts of imagination began to populate Prion, and things aren't simple and fun anymore. The creatures don't make sense, the monsters don't follow logic. Maybe there needs to be one who can create, destroy, and control this mess, an entity with its own imagination and will. Let's see, Eternal Armor, 7 plating for 3. That's pretty weak. Jackpot, 25 damage, add 3 0-cost cards to your hand. Okay. 0-cost colorless cards can definitely be good. They can definitely like be more damage. So maybe this is, yeah, maybe this is like 40 damage for 3. Prep time at the start of your turn, gain 4 vigor. Ooh, with a scythe. That would be good. And then all the way over here, these 4. Chapter 1, the 12, the Necrobinder. Who is worthy of entering the Exalted Spire? I love this placeholder outlook. You've got a tall guy there with a lollipop. You got a short dwarf with like a drill. You got a guitar player. Nice. We've got a very tall man with a hat. A hat suitable for a plum. Colored in plum. 12 explorers formed an expedition that advanced inside to make history, and none made it back. We see the Scourge, 13 Doom, draw a card. Okay. Countdown. At the start of your turn, apply 6 Doom to a random enemy. Nice. And Oblivion. When you play a card this turn, apply 3 Doom to an enemy. Okay, so there's our Doom enablers, yeah. Booting up the Defect. The Defect. Surrounded by a wreckage of molten metal, ash, and thousands of dead bugs. Data log corrupt. Its core barely held together, limbs barely responsive. The Defect scavenges broken panels and pieces from other constructs to patch itself together. He's huge. His core... Oh, actually, he's smaller. He's proportionally much bigger, though. Defects looking yoke. If you recall, the core is what here makes the defect. And he has 2 cracks in his core now, poor fella. He's been copping it. The futility of the Necrobinder. Accidentally enter the conflict between a boulder-throwing individual and flying automatons. The Ejector for Groots, crushed by a boulder. Jose Paxo fell into a hole. Big Ed the Bard, shot by a construct. Agabo Doby the Healer touched grass. And Temi Mondus the Arcanist, whereabouts unknown. Oh, maybe the Necrobinder is one of these 12 adventurers. See 3 new relics. The Bone Flute, whenever Osty attacks, gains you block. All very nice. A Funerary Mask. At the start of each combat, add 3 souls to your draw pile. That's very good. And the Boot Repair Knife. When a non-minion enemy dies to Doom, heal 3 HP. Ooh. The Book Repair Knife. For repairing books, not boots. Haven't seen the boot yet. So that's a payoff for Doom, keeping you topped up. Which is max HP, I suppose. Which is kind of what you need if you're playing Doom, I think. Because if you're not playing Osty, you're not really smoothing out one of your block strategies. We were meant to survey the preliminary flaws, but it proved nothing like what we expected. Wondrous wildlife, curious artifacts, and even wandering traders. From whence have these marvels arrived? Our team since intent on hoarding riches, but at least my enthusiasm is shared by Jevan. We've fallen madly in love and soon a child into the lives. Aww. Potions unlocked. We have a Potion of Doom for 33. Nice. That's maybe better than a fire. Oh, maybe. I'm not quite sure how to evaluate that because I still get a turn. A lot of the reason Fire Potion is good is that it lets you kill an elite before taking a very large hit. Like if you remember in Slay the Spire, 1 Gremlin Knob would, on like turn 3, deal you 38 damage. And so if you had Fire Potion, you could just avoid that 38. Potion of Doom, the damage happens at the end of their turn, so they still swing at you. Maybe you use it earlier and the fact that it applies much more Doom is effective. And you can bring him down closer, but like 3 strikes for 18 and then Fire Potion is 38. So you would need to have a lot less damage for a Potion of Doom to be triggering in the same way and saving your booty in the same way as a Fire Potion 3 strikes. It would be like the marginally better potion if you had a Fire Potion and 2 strikes, right? Because it's 33 Doom rather than 32. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, that's like the weakest amount of damage you can have, 2 strikes. So 1 strike is worse, but... Pot of Ghouls, add 2 souls to your hand on the potion, very nice. It's kind of like a draw 4, but also as ethereal card and exhaust and soul triggers. And then Bone Brew, summon 15. So that's like a block potion, right? Summon 15, it's block 15 at worst. Beautiful. There's the Necrobinder Ascensions. Anyway, thank you again everyone for watching. Hope you're enjoying Slay the Spire 2. I'm having a sick time of it. The Necrobinder is a very interesting character. You can kind of see from the lore here, the Necrobinder might be one of these adventurers who found a life inside the spire. And then one of them, wandering one day, became a lich. Yeah, her skin, her hair, her organs, the whole lot into the locket. Niao's got the locket though. Anyway. Have a great day. All the best. Bye.